Welcome to another Not Part of Your Scene Reviews. Today I am going to talk about the brand new EP called EP2 by JPEGMAFIA. It is obviously since it's called EP2, there is an EP, not one, just called EP, and not something I reviewed, but I did re-listen to that. Came out last year, just to contrast it, just to sort of remind myself what's going on with JPEGMAFIA. So, JPEGMAFIA is affectionately called Peggy, is probably one of the most creative guys in hip hop today. And I think that it would be a disservice if someone were to have just picked up EP2 and decided to review it based on that sound. JPEGMAFIA is someone until recently, until his sort of breakout album, is someone I always got sort of confused sometimes with SB the More from their Death Bomb Arc days. SB the More is probably a little bit more wacky and experimental, but JPEG is highly experimental, but knows how to put borders around his experiments. And with that said, he also knows how to switch up hip-hop subgenres a lot. And I think that's an important thing to consider if you were just to pick up EP2 because you saw it in, the brand new releases, and this is your first real foray into JPEGMAFIA, or what his previous stuff didn't grab you enough, or whatever reasons it would be. Because this has, this is very heavily influenced by cloud rap stuff, and it made me think that what did I miss? Did I miss something in between? Was there another EP I missed? Name something else. And as I listened to it, I was enjoying it because I knew who it was. I knew where he came from. But at the same time, in my head, I'm thinking, well, this is not my style of hip hop. It's something that I have to drop down to something secondary, And 3 or 4 listens in, I mean, his lyrics are just on it, even though the ultra melodic and slow beat sort of delivery and structure of the songs isn't 100% my cup of tea, man. He's cracking me up with Metal Gear Solid references, and then a whole bunch of underlying political references, and telling not people, but aligning the hip hop industry with people that aren't wearing masks and stuff like that. So all these great metaphors and comparisons, and just just a real crazy connection to the culture, which he's always had. And in my mind, when I think of a lot of like cloud rap or heavily, melodic hip hop, it's a lot of repetition, a lot of stuff that's made me maybe not love it as much, or honestly not dig into it as much. There may be a whole bunch of these great lyricists in the cloud rap and heavily melodic genre. So anyway, I listened to it. As I was sort of putting together my thoughts, the review was going to head towards, love JPEGMAFIA, not my path. And to a lot of extent, that is this review for this album, or for this group of songs in a vacuum, But what this ended up doing to me was making me also put on EP1, which, at this point I'd listened to when it was new a couple times, and then left it alone. And not because it wasn't great. I mean, just whenever it came out, you're busy. I didn't have any specific plans to review it, things like that. I was putting that on along with this, and as a contrast, it made me respect EP2 a lot better. I love EP1. I love every song on there. I love the order of the songs. I love the crazy beats. I love the fact that there's more of him actually rapping on it. So if you wanted to get into my head and not part of your scene. It would be, well, EP1 is really where I want him to go. I hope most of his future stuff sounds like that, But then when you listen to EP2, in the context of this is him just showing his skill level that he can win at every facet of the game, that he is, as he says in there, he owns all his own shit too, so he can do what he wants and play his cards how he wants. Then I gain a little bit more respect for it. It's something that, I might listen to EP2 3 times. I'll listen to EP1 3 times. I'll listen to EP2 once, just to get that contrast from it. At the end of the day, though, if you like JPEG Mafia, you would listen to EP2 in the context of all of his work. If you like the more melodic cloud rap style, maybe not super hard beats that you would expect in something played in the club, but more filled with melody. It probably takes a few listens before you start grabbing at some of the wonderful lines, like MC wise, poetry wise, that he's saying. Probably take a few listens before you got into that. Then this is something for you, especially if you want what I would say is a more intelligent version of most of that thread of hip hop subgenre. And if you guys got stuff that I should listen to that's high level, intelligent, that I'm like really putting down that part of that subgenre or that part of the culture, then let me know. I'll listen to it for sure. But I think he brings it to another level there. And then then if I look to the future, I might like look down on this EP a little bit, or EP2. Let's clear it up that I'm talking about EP2 here. If this is the way he goes. So some of the Save Money guys went in good for them. This is in the context of what I think, right? But good for them. Some of the Save Money guys, Chance the Rapper's crew, went in a very melodic, not as much rapping path. Chance went a little bit different. He's still rapping, but it went a little gospel for me. And I think Tyler the Creator did the same, right? And that's gone. Obviously, it's going to have mixed results. But it just went on a path that wasn't for me. I don't know what those guys are do. Those guys are all, have all their artistic merits intact. They did what they wanted to do, just maybe not for me kind of thing, right? So when I look at EP2 in the future, after JPEG has put out a whole bunch of other stuff, if this is the path he takes, then it's going to be a turning point probably, because I'm only on board for so much of it. Where I'll remember EP2, I'll remember his Death Bomb arc stuff and the stuff that comes in between it. That's the stuff that'll be for me. But anyway, EP2, worth a listen. I would listen to EP1 and EP2 together, not because they are the same, because they complement each other in that sort of weird way that opposites do. Thank you guys for listening. This is Not Part of Your Scene. You can find me at Chris Sarda. And then Not Part of Your Scene on YouTube and on the Propaganda Show as far as podcasts go. Thank you for listening.